So I pulled into my driveway today after hitting a deer. Yeah, the deer's okay. I'm okay. The car, not so much. But I pulled into the driveway and noticed I had a box from the Eli Bridge Ferris wheel company. These are my manuals I've been waiting for. I've already opened it, so it's not going to be a surprise unboxing video. But let me show you these manuals. They're pretty cool. Step-by-step instructions on how to put these Ferris wheels together. All right, so here's the box. Let's see the owner's manuals. Came with 3 different books, or little booklets. Instructions for erecting and operating the big Eli wheels. There's an inspection list, which is pretty cool. Little drawings and diagrams, how to set up the seats, how to set up the drive for the motor, how to set up the top, I don't know if you'd call it a spindle or a drive shaft or a axle that holds up the wheel. And then you have to actually build they're calling it a derrick. I didn't know what a derrick was. I had to Google it. Apparently it's this setup here with block and tackle and a rope and pulley, and you use this to get the second part of the base on top of the first part of the base. I'll show you more later on. But that's that. And you also have a operating and maintenance of the big Eli wheels. And it tells you little step-by-step things to setting it up, to operating it, using the old gas-powered motors that uses a pulley, a steel cable actually. You have to balance the wheel. So if you think of it as a clock, if you put a person on the 12 o'clock position, you have to put another one at the 6 o'clock position. And if you put one at the 3 o'clock, it has to be at a 9 o'clock, another person. So balance the wheel as much as possible. There's a lot of safety updates that were done over the years. Since my wheels in 1951, problems happened over the years in the 60s and 70s. People got their hair caught into the spindles, and now they recommend the hair nets, which is like a metal cage that goes around the seats. So there's a lot of little safety pins that hold the seats on. A lot of little upgrades that were added over the years that my wheel has none of. So I have to upgrade all the safety issues and also make sure I have all the parts. I also got a checklist of all the parts that this wheel comes with. Here's a diagram for the lighting layout. These are the bars that we were restoring on the previous video that were made blue. So we're gonna make all these lights around here blue. All the bars around here will be red. And well, the bars themselves will be blue. These bars will be red. The lights around the wheel will be red, white, and blue. And the lights on the star will be just white. And the whole Ferris wheel frame will be white. And the seats will be red, white, and blue. 4 red, 4 white, 4 blue. That's the plan, at least. But it shows you step by step how to bolt them together, how to connect them with all the different little wires, the wiring diagram for each light bar. And that's that. Very thankful that this company is still in business and they still sent out these manuals for free even. I asked if I owed them anything for it, and they said nope. They were just excited that somebody was restoring an old wheel. They were able to tell me a little bit of the history on it. Being the 947th wheel made in 1951, I guess it started its life in Albany, New York, at some amusement parks over there. Then it began its life of traveling around to different fairs and carnivals, and I think it stopped traveling around 20 years ago. So I'm hoping over those 20 years, nothing too seriously expensive got lost. But I'm really liking the step-by-step instructions, the photographs. Even though they're all black and white and kind of photocopied over, you can still make out what's going on in there. You just got to get some people like these guys that know what they're doing. But step by step. The beginning of the book says it could be installed in a matter of hours. But I think it's going to take a little longer than a couple hours. Hopefully not, though. So another thing that I read in the manual is that this Ferris wheel requires a space of 31 feet by 31 feet. So 31 feet is from this little orange dot all the way to that sawhorse down there. And I'm going to try to hide this Ferris wheel. We have a silo. I'm going to try to hide it behind the silo, kind of going on this patch of grass here. But 31 feet from that orange dot goes into all these trees and dead logs and poison ivy and fire ants and carpenter ants and bees and some thorn bushes, rocks. What else? It's in there. So I have to figure out a way to get rid of all this foliage here up into maybe that stump back there. You can see the dead tree that other trees are growing out of. I think I have to get rid of that guy and then make a nice square 31 feet by 31 feet base that this Ferris wheel can sit on. I have to level it all off. The more level, the better. I'm thinking, originally I was thinking about pouring concrete, but I didn't think it was going to be that big of 31 feet by 31 feet. So I might go with like a gravel, like a crushed gravel they would put for like a driveway. I don't know. What do you think is the best sub base for a strong weight? From the book, it says this Ferris wheel weighs 15,000 pounds. And it's spread out over two long support beams. So one support goes there, one support goes here, a couple go across, and then you build the towers up from that, and then it'll go up right there. So just something strong. Maybe I gotta dig down about a foot and put some gravel. I'm not sure. But this is where it's going. Future home of the Ferris wheel, which will be up and running hopefully by the 4th of July, 2026. So that's all for today, guys. I just wanted to make a quick video showing the owner's manual, showing you the location where the Ferris wheel is going to be, show you my front end of my car that got smashed up by a deer this morning. Halloween season's coming up now, so most of my time is going to be spent decorating. We do a big Halloween display here, a big walkthrough, and that's one of our favorite holidays. So a lot of my time is going to be spent doing that. Maybe I'll do a couple videos about our decorations and stuff, but no progress will be made on the Ferris wheel too much this fall until after October. But I'm thinking that during the winter time, that'd be the perfect time to get the engine restored and the seats powder coated. And then while I'm waiting for that to get done, I could paint everything else, the frame inside our garage, so that come the first bit of spring, we can start putting it together and hopefully have it up and running by the 4th of July. So thanks for watching. See you next time. Bye-bye.